What's up? What's up? Don't have all my lights and everything set up, but I was doing a gig yesterday. I had to pull some of them down. And yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit of time in on this track. I did some last night. I feel like I'm on the cusp of putting in some good runs. So here we go. I'm just gonna get into it. I don't know who's watching, but let's do it. Oops. Here we go. I haven't even warmed up at all yet, so we're just gonna fly for a second here. Oh, there we go. Radio wasn't. There we go. Oh, I didn't realize that's where the stairs are that you come up. Thought that was just like a wall. Let's go on a journey into the wide world. Let's hit the recharge. Go on a journey into the world. Where's the way out of this place? There it is. Oh, it's weird in a whoop. I wanted to do it like without ascending. There we go. This had to be full throttle. Let's press this button. There we go. That's cool. These drones love to sag. Oops. Hard to yaw spin with such high camera tilt and like do it right, because like I don't realize that like I'm actually like not level, so I would have had to make a crazy adjustment there. Let's go right back down that way. Where were we going? Man, there was a track where we had to do around these things like this, and it was so nuts. And then there was a ladder right over here, if I'm not mistaken, where it was like, then it was like, something like that. You know what I'm saying? You guys copy? All right. Trying to get comfy. We're gonna race Dema 95 from Neon. I feel like that was. I don't think I haven't seen him improve his time on my bot, so I think that's the old time. But we were ahead of Hyper last night pretty good. I'll tell you, there's one spot in particular on this track that I am a choke artist. See, I normally am ahead of him here, so like I'm just warming up now. I could get a PB already though, I bet. Oops. Okay, we'll have to get that better. This is the part that I have the most trouble with. As crazy as that sounds, it's because the drone's sagging, and then I always take that like, I have no confidence in that line. But I think I'm gonna have it now, so I think I can get PB. Because literally most of my runs would die in that section. Like of all the sections, that was killing me the most. So. Jeez, I'm slow this morning. Last night I had that intro so dialed in that like now I'm like, here we go. let's get it. I plug my phone in. I see. Sick. Okay. So just take care of some on my laptop. That was an illegal line, but didn't use it to gain an advantage, so I hope it, whatever. I'm not going to set a time with one of those. I figured out how to do that stairwell dive nicely, and the key is to be smooth on the throttle braking. Oops. So if you watch me, I'm real smooth on the throttle braking. I kind of fly down at like 50%, which really helps the drone kind of deal with the aggressive stuff. Oh, I screwed it up there. But if I think about it, I'm going to screw it up. I need to just do it. But it was a conscious adjustment as I figured out that it worked, Now I'm back on my pace. Oops. So that's one of my big time loss sections too, is that particular move I was just about to do. It's very easy to screw it up and lose time to Hyper's really great run here. But I do that really fast right there, so. Not quite, but we'll keep it. Oh my god, we're still ahead. I'm still really slow on that section. Terrible, terrible lapse transition. Let's keep it up though. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Finger slippage a little bit. Oh! I thought I saw a chat message up there. Let's see, where's my restream window? Oh boy. Oh, fuck off. Shit. I was chilling. Let's grind it back. Oh. Okay, we're gonna beat him. We're gonna get that 101. Oof. Oh. Remember that I need to stay high in that. The sag during this section just makes it hard. missed a gate there, but let's grind it out. Oh. Man. Oh. Yo, where? Yeah, there is a chance about that. I think there will be, which, whatever, you know. Supposedly it's faster, so that was a good run. I'll take it. Actually, let's cap that replay. Let's see how we did. here. Sorry, Gilbert, I didn't see that. I had a good run going. That's pretty good though. I'll take this run, you know, to the bank. I was very, like, I feel like I could run this pace in a race easy. Because I'm just like chilling. I wasn't even like focusing at all. I actually didn't even know if I was on lap 3 at the end. So I could have taken a more aggressive ending. Decent. Not my best on that part. Really good endings though for me. I'm really bad right here. I was struggling on that section. Then here we go. The ladder entry was slow. Decent there. Decent recovery, I should say. A little slow on that. Really wide there, but you know, I was at that point. I was like, "Am I on lap 3?" I was like, "I think I am." I have like a memory of doing this multiple times. Another kind of slow version of that, but it was, you know, it's fast. It's just not my fastest. That was great. I never do that fast. And then a little wide there because I was worried. Nice. All right, well, I think I'll mess around with track 3 for a minute because I don't need to improve that anymore. There's a chance about that. I think there will a little bit, which it's a pretty significant improvement. It's fast. Let's go back to the main screen and look at the times. Oh, 33.2. That's like my 2.8. That's like my fastest. 33.4 following, and then I got a little goofy on the last step, so I could take a second off. 101's on in the cards for sure. 101.6 even without like much more effort. So cool. I don't think I'm gonna fight for more though. I'll leave it there for now. I'm gonna have some I don't have that much time. My baby's sleeping in the room next door, so we'll just do what we can. Okay, so here I am in P2 and I have more pace to give. I haven't set a new time since I adjusted some of my setup. So I should be able to take a few seconds off, which I'm not sure. Actually, let's check the bot results here. WebleedFPV. Yep, up to rank 2. Love it. It's pretty good. Ahead of Hyper, but Hyper did that in, you know, I've done multiple grind sessions. I haven't put a ton of time in, but I've done like multiple like grind sessions, and Hyper did that probably in like a first session. So the only track I'm not ahead of him on is track 1, but I think I can actually get close because track 1 I was slamming on. I just never like. I'll revisit that one last. This one has the most time for me to gain. The leaderboards are really shaping up to be something kind of crazy too. Oh yeah, Gilbert, you asked how long it's gonna go. It goes until the new year, so I assume the beta is gonna come out, or the update's gonna come out, I should say. Just gotta keep flying this for a minute to get the feel again. This is a huge spot of time right there if I do it right. Oops. Pop. Shop, shop. Shikity-gum. Yeah, exactly. Next week is what it sounds like based on the scheduling. So, fun times. If they fly a little more consistent too, like it shouldn't be hard for me to just smash all my times. It'd be interesting seeing if other people can even catch this time, you know. Yeah, and I'm gonna focus a ton on pro spec because I wanna compete in that that qualifier or that wild card. Yeah, you're one of the guys that is a top contender. It's not you could just sit it out too. You were the guy who had the most pace on me at in Street League week in VRL. Or not on me, but catching up to me. But like Colby's gonna be going ham. I expect the pro spec to be pretty intense. Sometimes I think about it and get a little bit like I get a little adrenaline rush, you know. Well, the one thing is it's probably not going to be the best time zone for you. So that might help me a little bit. But you're a nuts kid, so, you know, anything can happen there. Did you buy your ticket yet? It's like $5. Qualifier lasts for a while, so it'll be very grinded. Cool. It's $5. Then I don't think they're gonna sell out, so you can wait until quali starts probably. I think you just have to buy a ticket before qualifier ends. Does top 48 make the tournament? It's like $5. Why not, right? Yeah, you're fine. I think it says how many tickets are left, and there's more than 48 tickets. It's like 100 and something tickets. It's gonna be interesting if it's an open qualifier grind, you know? Well, how grinded the track gets, and if anybody hides it. Oof. Man, this track is crazy. Yeah. Well, you could just like not compete, Gilbert. Oops, damn it. Yeah. Or we could do like some match fixing. You could just like, you know, throw the race. Or I'll log in with your name and you log in with my name. We both try and lose. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm gonna have an RV there though, so we'll see though if I really make it. But I bought my camp spot, my RV spot that is. I have to sell it off. Give it away. Oops. I hope the track is kind of wild though. Like I hope it's not too much of a normal multi-GP track, because when I mess with those on like Street League, I feel like I can't grind out the advantage that I do on the more like crazy sim tracks where there's like, you know, a lot of like fundamental turns, like for lack of a better term, where I just like do them better. You know, like it's like if it's just some like gates and stuff, like it's like I can grind it out there too, but it just becomes weird. Like the track. Yeah, interesting. Sharjah style would be wild. I mean, I hope they do something a little more complex than that, especially with so many weeks to grind it. But if it is that, it'll be a bit of a coin flip between the top fives. Yeah, the VRL Street League week was awesome. Like the track like that. Doc. Oh, dude, I didn't even know you had subbed at some point. I appreciate it, dude. I see your little icon. Edoc, that's like a great question. Yeah, Gilbert, you're right. It's going to come down to, you know, guts, pressure, and consistency, and then a bit of a coin flip. If it's if the simpler the track, the more of a coin flip it'll be. Yeah. So about the new quads, I don't know. It depends when it releases. If it releases like next week and there's still half the tryouts, like we should just switch. We should just allow them and make sure everybody's aware that like, hey, you know, there's a faster quad in the game now. And then, you know, but it sucks for anybody who like set their time and were planning on just resting on their laurels. But the truth is, we need pilots to set better times, right? There's some pilots in the mid ranks that like are pretty talented pilots that like if they apply themselves, they're going to be tier 1 or even potentially captain's tier, right? Like Ion right now, he's improving, so that's good. And a lot of these guys are probably new to whoops, right? Like my first season of Newbie Drone, I raced in tier 1, but I was new to whoops and I learned them really quick, and I was faster than my Captain Vanadium that season, and would have been better off racing Captain's Tier, though for my team I would have been better off racing Captain's Tier. But the thing is, Tier 1 had a couple other stacked pilots like SFPV. Okay, good. I haven't tested any of it yet. What do you think the pace difference is going to be like for like a pilot like you and me? Yeah, seemingly the new ones feel really good. So I say we just switch. But I don't think we like reset the leaderboard. I think we just have people just improve their times. Now, here's a question. Does the Crazy Bee get slower with the update? Let's get warm in my room. It's like so cold out here in Chicago. Yeah, but does the Crazy Bee get slower? Just out of curiosity, with the new physics. Though I assume everybody will want the other one. It just feels better. It's gonna be really interesting, because like part of why I get great times here is I deal with the kind of spec shittiness. Lipo storage charged in 1S. Let's go. Gotta get a Wi-Fi charger. The Whoop store. Yeah, that's what I thought it might do. Well, it's gonna make it Whoop stores are great. Me? Or straight away on the other drone is because it's faster in a straight line, huh? Or on the rise up section when you twist. You're talking about the new drone, or are you talking about my flying? What's up, Athena? Oh, is the Ella's coming in? It's warm in here right now. Hey, Zella. Zella. Think you're stuffy? Hey, the Squishmallow? Oh, Pixel's trying to take it. Can you walk with it? Pretty early for some walking for this baby baby. Walking. Aw, I'm so tired. I'm sleeping. Walk it. She just woke up, and now she's got a bright light in her face. She's got us. Can you give it a hug, your Squishmallow? Can you give your Squishmallow a hug, Zella? Yeah, that's a hug. Can I have a kiss? Do you see my headphones? They're mommy's headphones, really. What do you think? What do you see? The light? It's bright, huh? Do you see the screen? Yeah, ready? I'm gonna fly the drone. Okay, let's do it like the. Oh, whoops! They can't see what we're doing. Let's do it like this. All right, Zella. Oops. Do you want to fly the drone? Here you go. Fly the drone. Oh, pressing buttons. She's more interested in the touchscreen on my phone because she doesn't do phones yet, really. So, yeah. Baby, you see baby? What do you think? Who's a cool baby? Look at your hair. They can't even see it. It's getting cropped out. Do you want to go see your mama? Mama? Yeah. You see? That's you. That's the baby. That's Zella. Where's Zella? Right there? You pointed you on the screen? That's cool. You're here too, right? Where's Dad? Where's Dad? Yeah, that's me. Zella, what does your butt do? You say it's so quiet. Yeah, you think it's funny? I think you're funny. Ready? Ready? Look at this smiley face. Look at the little teethers. Alright, buddy. See ya, Gilbert. Yeah, let's go see Mom. It's warm in here. I'm gonna call it here in a second. Please be slow at Pro Spec. Would be appreciated. Yeah. Slow Spec is, Pro Spec is slow. It could be nicknamed Slow Spec. I'll be slow at it, but I'll be faster than you is the plan. I'm kidding. I haven't tried it yet, so I haven't taken advantage of. No, I have a feeling you're gonna be cracked, dude. So I was hoping you wouldn't compete. I thought they weren't allowing you Brits. I'm gonna petition it to be US only. Actually, I'm gonna petition it just to be me only, just so I race against myself and win it. Maybe I'll try and start some sort of controversy and everybody can boycott MultiGP except for me. I got a couple ideas. This truck is just so long, it's crazy. Alright. I think I'm gonna be done in like just a few minutes. We'll see if we can get a good run going. Maybe at least a good lap. I think I'll work on this track in the evenings before bed for like 30 minutes. And with a couple sessions like that, I'll be crushing times. Or even just one session like that. What typically I do is if I can get pretty fast times, pretty fast laps at night when I'm a little burned out, and I'm not finishing it, the next morning I can typically get a really good one. So best. Oh, 50.5. I think that was pretty good. Definitely one of my best conveyor belt corks. This is a spot where I was losing a lot of time. And in my other runs, I remember just kind of committing to doing it kind of slow. So that's probably, if I just keep a consistent pace there and do everything else decent, I'll get a PB. But I kind of want to get better than just a PB here. More like crush it. Woo. Oh. Okay, I gotta go get us some lunch here in a second. My wife's work's holiday party is tonight. I gotta go do that. Just gotta drive into downtown rush hour on a Friday. I was so fast before that section. Oof. Whoa, that was nice. Ooh, damn, that ladder was nice. Yo, Drano! I just improved my track 2 time. I'm just messing around here for a few minutes before I can stop. My track 2 run was pretty good. My opening lap was 33.28 or something. You can actually watch it real quick. It starts partway in though, my replay. I'm 20 seconds into this lap. There it goes. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a couple, man. Drano's, like, as he learns the quad. My lap 2 was really fast too, 33.3. So this lap's really good. Bam, 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 boom. Shoom, shoom. And this lap is my worst one. I get a little bit sloppy here, but I'm ahead of Hyper this whole time, pretty far. I don't even see him coming behind me, so. Let's see. This is slow here. Yeah, he almost catches up to me, probably. I was crashing here all the time. That was my hardest spot of the whole track with the sag. Yeah.
Yo, killer.
Not bad though.
Yeah,
Yeah. Edoc, we should at the end of everything we should collaborate on I don't know who needs to be involved or whatnot, but I have a lot of experience with this whole like evaluating pilots for leagues, and so so I need to. So I would love to give input and create like a draft book, because I want to have the most informed group of drafters, because it's the captains actually draft, right? And also I want to make the case to Zotac not to do a traditional snake draft, and instead try one of the alternate draft orders, so that every captain gets to make the first pick in a tier, right? And so essentially Neon would have the default first pick of the first himself, essentially, right? And then you kind of like, and then maybe I get the first pick in round 1, or he gets, basically if you snake draft it, you end up with an average team in the middle potentially, and which can win, but then you end up with another team that has like a top pilot and like a low pilot back to back, right? And that happens for the best team and the worst, the highest draft, the round 1, you know, the first person in the draft order and the last person in the draft order, they're going to get back to back picks, and they're going to get theoretically the lowest and the best, right? And if one of those people is off, right, especially if the lowest pick is better, it will make that team dominant, right? It's hard to mitigate. I don't think it's too late to change the draft order if I can prove to them why it's better to do something different. I know like they might think their rules are canon, but like they don't have to be at this point. Nobody's looking at the draft order and being like, oh, you know, I was expecting this, you know. But there's a stack of pilots like Nitro, Ion, Marv, and somebody else who haven't put in representative times, and there's going to be a very strong tier 1, tier 2 section. But what we're going to find is that like people like Ion, if he participates, and people like Nitro, if he participates, which he's planning on, they're racing in the middle of the night. that's how it works, Edoc. It's like, it's not a question, right? Like, this isn't like a controversial opinion. It's just like, it's drone racing and time. So if everybody puts in strong performance in the draft, right? Sorry, in the tryout, and everybody has a representative time. Just imagine that everything's perfect, and everybody does a scratch draft perfectly, right? There's no feeling picks, and we take out of account people's participation and other X factors, right? And everybody is just as good as they are. The edge draft picks will be better because the format rewards first place, right? If you have a 3-4 the whole time through the whole draft, you're likely to get third or fourth, and third or fourth might not get you into that finals match. And if you're not getting in that finals match, you're not scoring enough points. You know, I got to look at the season format too. So I know I'm opinionated on these formats and stuff, and I get that they hear a lot of stuff, but like I hope that they would listen to me a little bit. Well, the problem, I agree with you, Edoc, but the problem is, you know, X factors, right? Like people overseas, and I'm not sure what the plan is for if a pilot like leaves the league mid-season because they're AWOL, you know. I know that in the past they've kind of tried to find replacements, I think. But there's another factor with like pilots who are just getting better, and like that's where like my knowledge is going to make me a strong drafter, because like I'm not even going to mention some of the names I'm thinking of, but I know some people who are going to get better, right? If they put in the time. And I personally, I feel like it would be worth taking the risk on that. But is it random draft order, or is it going to be based on qualifying? Like for the, I remember in the past they did like random, I thought. Like for the first pick, you know what I mean? I read a really interesting write-up about various draft orders. So that's so interesting that they would start with Captain 7 too, because it's like, you could sandbag for that. Yeah, so they should do the modified snake. There's 3 options for how to do it, and we did them all in VRL because we do it behind the scenes, and we made sheets that did every draft and then looked at those and then kind of like adjusted the teams based on what we liked from the different ones. So we didn't like stick to one draft, because we also took into account people's requests for partners and pilots. You know, I think that a snake draft isn't a guarantee that the top team and the bottom team, but we could look at the history of it. And the tiers are fairly close, like not between each other, but within themselves for the most part. But some tiers aren't going to be, right? Like right now, Captain's tier. I know AK hasn't put in an improvement yet, but I completely agree, Doc. I think that it's very cut and dry, because in drone racing, winning, at least in the formats they do, winning is more important, right? And your first draft pick is most likely going to be somebody who's very strong. Yeah. So AK will put in a representative time, and the captain's tier shouldn't have a gap. But it's always tricky when a tier has a clear loser, right? Like a clear pick that's going to not score points, right? And like you could get unlucky, right? And have a draft order where you're going to have first pick in whichever round, and that round is a round where everything's close. But like let us pick which round we get first pick in, right? In like order. And then do a round robin style thing where everybody gets each round pick. And like that to me is the most fair. I get one round 1, I get one round 2, I get one round 3, I get one round 4. And then don't even take into account captain's position. The problem with captain's position is Neon gets an automatic win pretty much. He's pretty much the only pilot with an auto win in a tier. unfortunately, we need a super alien tier. Same thing was true in VRL, and there's no good way to handle it. Yeah, but it just is what it is, right? And like, in a way, giving him an edge team is the worst thing you can do, because not only, like, no other edge is as clear cut as Neon, right? Neon is like me racing in tier 2, right? Like skipping tier 1 and racing in tier 2. That's how sure of a win it is, right? I could crash twice. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he shouldn't be punished for it, right? But I'll be honest, last year at VRL, he said he wasn't going to do it. And then at the last minute, he decided to do it. And I was kind of like, you know, I was happy to accommodate him. But I was frustrated because I knew exactly what it was going to do to our draft and to tier 1. And for every tier 1 pilot in North America group, it was just racing for second, you know? And then what we made the mistake is we gave them Zebra 3. And that made their team win, essentially. The rest of the team, they was fantastic, but they weren't dominating. Zebra 3 was an auto win in his tier also, and that gave them two wins in rounds. Is hard to not make the finals in that format. So, unfortunately. WebleedFPV has a bit of a different race format, and like there's a week where Neon won't race, right? So it's like it is what it is. I'm also not going to be able to commit that much time, you know? So, like, I'll do as good as I can. But my goal is to draft a good team and support them. So we would like assign points to each thing, and then so if Neon were to pick so like the edge teams would have to be smart about when they spend their big money. You could essentially put the points in based on Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you could do it with the captain's team tier. Like you could assign the points 1 through 7 inside of each tier. I think some things about the way that they are managing the league in some aspects are like, well, that's the way we always did it, you know? So I think that personally is something I like. You know, there's a fine line between keeping it the same and changing things. And I think the draft order is something that needs to be changed. And I like the idea of the points cap. And I'm going to bring that up to, I think it got brought up with the VRL guys. I'm going to bring that up for how we maybe do the team league draft. I think that'd be really cool. Lets people who want to be involved with the series get involved, even if their pilot skill isn't up to par. Yeah. I think, you know, you could expand teams using that formula too, and almost have like a 2 rosters, right? And you could have people bumped up and bumped down. So you could have like a pro team and a farm team. You can make the pro team smaller, like only like 4 pilots or something. That's something we were discussing in VRL, which I think could be really fun. We got to get cooking on VRL. We didn't have our meeting this week, but I'm gonna try and push them to talk soon. It's really tricky, man. It's just super tricky, and it's what's the goal of the league. But if the goal of the league is to have a good competitive thing where captains draft, they need to recognize that Edge's back-to-back picks is not conducive, right? Like, I think that's a big thing. Oh, what do you got? Thank you. Oh, thank you. You gonna walk? No, not right now. Those look like little jeans. Okay, I'm gonna be done in a second. You know. Okay. That's it. The old thumb is hurting. Oh, I feel good about improving my track 2 time. I'm now ranked 2 overall for the hyper. Go look at it. Here we go. Here's the rankings as of a few minutes ago. 351. 17 seconds behind hyper. 17 seconds behind hyper. You can look through this whole list, and the first time you see anything like that is down here in the bottom ranks. And this to me is where it gets craziest, right? Is the difference here is actually bigger, right? Yo, Edoc, this is where the trouble comes, right? You cut this league off here, and you have a better league. Like I'm just like, that's something I've been in VRL we struggle with, and like I'm like man, we might just have to cut pilots, because until there's a little more skill together, you end up with like this gap, right? And suddenly you have like this isn't like an auto win for Toxic, right? But it's close to an auto lose for those 4 other pilots who are over 10 seconds behind him, right? Now, Bondo can go faster. Tantric Zur, you know. Yeah, it's tricky, man, because the commitment thing, it's like you need to like have a multiplier deal, you know? Is Zotek gonna make the league too? I think he will when he grinds. I like Craft Name as a name. That's a great name. Oh, nice. Nice. Is he going to compete? There's a couple people like Nightwing, Custom. All these people can be really fast. Solace is a fast pilot. Dapaka's a fast pilot. When Dapaka, if he puts in the time, okay, cool. That makes sense that Custom's not Custom. Dapaka, if he puts in the time, is going to be a beast. If T-Dog participates, clearly T-Dog has can push. T-Dog could crack into captains and maybe pass me. Typically in Sim, I've stayed ahead of him during grinds. Yeah, I don't see T-Dog doing it either. It's no fun losing to Neon over and over again, right? A little taste of his own medicine. I know, yeah. So we got to shift it. So I was thinking about creating a list of people. Yeah, because Hyper could actually catch Neon 1 out of 10 races, right? What I need to do is, I was gonna make a list in another sheet with names of people we know are not participating, as we know they're not participating, and have them get removed from the sheet, which I can do. So maybe you could tell me out of this list who's not in it. You know? Yeah, I think we have and I'll be honest, I think Tapaka, if he grinds it out, could be in that mix. Okay. Well, I could easily take out Hyper, I think. Let me see. Let me do this live on stream. Well, actually, no, I want to do it on my... We'll do the hidden thing, the calculation one. And then we'll go over here. Okay. I haven't, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure it is, but I haven't checked the raw API point, because I just got it to work with my old script, and the old script pulled things into its own data frame that had what I needed. I think I'm going to do it in the spreadsheet and not in the code, because my code shouldn't really get affected by this, because the way it checks overall rankings is actually by looking at this spreadsheet. Yes, EDOC. Especially in my I need to re-implement my database to use the user ID, because then it won't re-announce. Like if you change your time right now, it'll just say you got a new time. Like it'll be like, oh, EDOC is now in first with X time, you know. Or it will announce your track time. Okay, so how would I remove? So I'm looking for uniques, but I need to remove people from this list. How would I remove a name? Maybe I do it here, and I say if oh, I know what I can do. On race days, will you basically only race against the people in your tier then? Yep. Brano, yeah. And until finals, I don't remember what the final format is now. Is it relay, EDOC? It's not, right? Yeah, but sit days, you still only race against your own tiers. Yeah. Do they know they can do 3-way relays now? Because that could change everything, having 3 teams in the finals. Okay, good. Because good. That's so exciting, because that was always a shitty thing about relays. 3v3v3 relays will be kind of interesting. You know, I personally always had a strong opinion against relays at the end of a thing, because it's like 1 out of however many relays. Yeah, Drano, you'll actually be kicked out of the league potentially if you do that. But you're gonna have a hard time getting into captain's tier. I think you can do it. I'm not saying you can't. But they're gonna keep grinding, and they all have a lot of experience with this bullshit, so. You know yourself better than me, though, so if you think you can surmount that 20-second, well, it's only like a 10-second gap from AK. You are on the cutoff, though, I guess. But yeah, and winning in an easy group. But it's interesting for that cusp of captain's tier pilot, right? Because like there is a pretty significant gap in a way down to Oh, whoops, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, there is a significant gap to the back of this tier, right? I think we see the biggest change in skill in tier 1 and tier 7. I should put a line where the average is, right? Like it would be interesting to see. I could color code these to show if you're below or above average in your tier. That'd be interesting. Because the only above average pilots in this tier are us 3. Right? But I'm going to remove Hyper, and it's going to change everything. And everybody's going to get an announcement of an improved position. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense, Edoc. You know? And that's the important thing to realize, too, is like somebody like Tweech or Blasta may have been putting in an hour or 2 a day on this grind. And other people aren't. And some people just qualify better, right? But they might be resetting every run, you know? Right now, I think I could race all these tracks within a second or 2 of my time and do it every run, right? And the thing for me is I won't have to push faster than that because I'm not going to catch Neon, right? The only time I'd push faster is if he crashes and I know he's like coming in on me and I have a chance to win on like lap 3. Yeah, and like people like AC and Drano are similar skilled in the Racer 4, right? They're both beasts at that shit. Ion is an incredible racer, right? He has huge potential. And Marv is one of the great young up and comers, but I have no idea how he sim races, right? I've never seen him in a sim race. I'm 99% sure this is the same Marv because he was talking to Nitro about being from Europe. Yeah, Marv is way too low, but does he have like a shitty laptop that he's racing on? You know what I mean? There's so many factors to people's sim experience versus real racing, right? Like he might be playing at like barely 60 FPS and have his drone configured like bad, you know? It's like in the first MultiGP Virtual IO, I did the whoops and I qualified like in next 16 but I still had mix angle on. I was like the only person flying acro at the time, right? Because everybody flew angle, and I was fighting the drone, feeling so weird, and I just like dealt with it. And then I like won that race like handily in the end because the skill gap was big. And it was really weird, and I should have been qualified in the other one. And that was one of my earliest like competitive pushes. It was weird. The clip is probably still on their YouTube. But I did race in my correct skill bracket in the mega class. And I got second, which was nuts. It was like Levi, me, and SFPP going ham. I was so early. I was so like, it's crazy. I was so new to competing too. Like that's the thing is like, I got to remember that a lot of these guys have been competing since like Propsicle and stuff have been competing since like 2017, and like I caught up to them really quick. Yeah. Levi's crack. Levi's another guy that can give Neon a run. But Neon's a bit of another level in sim these days. So I'm gonna let's see how. So I think I can do like a if statement. To ruin his times, like give him a plus. So like if this number equals somebody on this list, give him 1,000. Okay. That's not what I'm going to do though. I think I have a goofy workaround. I'm the king of goofy workarounds. So it's like if wait, so let me just write this here. Oh shit. If equals if the expression is if this, how do you do equals? Yeah, if this equals this, value if true. Oh God, yeah. Well, so EDOC, I think that what we used to do is we would get their multiplayer points and use them in like a calculation to rank people. I know that's not how this league's going to do it, but it's a good way to look and be like, hey, if you don't improve your time to near tier 1, like you're going to be excluded from the league, unfortunately. You know? Yeah, anybody with 1400 is tier 3 or 2. I mean, sorry, 2 or 1. I mean, 1400 is like potentially tier 1 territory. I mean, captain's territory. Okay, so then I need to value if true. We're going to say it's 2000 if true. Okay. So this should be true though. Oh, because it's looking at that list. So how do I check if any of this is? If F1 or sorry, M1 to M50, that should be enough names. Oops. Oops. What did I do wrong there? Oh, I put these on the wrong sides. M1 to M50. Yeah. But that doesn't work with a range, huh? Oh, wait. Gotta put... Yeah, I know that, EDOC. Yeah. I mean, I don't want a hardcore. I want to be able to just put a list of pilots that are out here as we get them and have them get excluded. So what it's going to do is it's going to add like 2,000 to this, or make their time like 2,000. Is this this doesn't need to be an ifs? No, ifs is like multiple logical expressions. Value if true is 2,000. And the value if else is going to be the sum. I'm just going to put this in as a placeholder. Okay. So now I just need to figure out how to make it read the whole thing, because I don't want to have to put the names like that. Could I put them horizontally? No, that wouldn't matter. Oh, I did this wrong. That's why. E. Still didn't fix it, but need to check the name. Still not right. I can make it a penalty column. I had one before, but then I just converted it to just give the penalties in place. I'll make it a penalty column and I'll add it in. That makes a lot of sense. But how do I check the whole list? I can just Google it or ask ChatGPT, I guess. Okay, SQL-like queries. Let's see it. Queries. Query. Oh, interesting. So where would I... I mean, what I might do though is if I make it a penalty that adds like 3,000, you can still like go to the bottom and see their name and figure out what their time was by just minusing 3,000. Or I'll make it 4,000, so it's below everybody. So this will be 4,000, and then we'll just do the sum over there. So I don't need to have this if not. If not, it's 0. Yeah, okay. So this is how it'll work. This will be the penalty, and we'll add it in here. So we'll say equals to J. And then now nobody has the penalty yet. Oh, I can just give him the penalty. Oh god, this is so much simpler than anything. Oh no, but these names change. The order. Don't they? Yeah, it's based on track 1, so the names will change the order. I check for uniques between... It's based on every track. So I make a list with every name from every track. You see this? This is super goofy, right? Spaced out with enough room to have new names come in. And then I get unique names here. And so this is a list of all unique names. So if I apply the penalty, I could do ifs and just hard point to the list of names. And every time I add a new name, just add a new if. But right now, E2 does equal M1. Oh, but the range. So if I turn this into an if statement, condition 1, value 1. Yeah, I should just turn it off real quick. I can just stop them real quick. Yep. Okay. Sorry, I got caught up doing bot stuff. I'm gonna stop the bot, and it won't report these anymore. All right. Yeah, I gotta go in like 2 seconds here, so. I mean, if they don't have their pings turned off on that channel, that's crazy. Okay. Well, this has been a fun spreadsheet stream. I'm gonna figure out how to make this work properly later. I mean, I don't have notification. I only have @ messages on, and whatever. Put in a penalty track like track 4. I think my better option here is to just manually do this, right? So like I just put in the 4,000 here. So I say 4,000 because we're not gonna have that many people. And oh no, I can't do that. Can't do that because it moves. Okay, this is the current thing. If VLOOKUP is penalty, this makes sense. I get that. I think I get it. Can you DM me that in a second and I'll mess with it? And then if they have an error, they get a 0. I get it. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's a great idea. That's a total solution. I was being goofy. So I gotta run though, and I'll do that right after this, and I'll turn the bot off before I do. Well, I'll let the bot start its spam because that means it updates its new leaderboard, and then because it checks, it makes a file of the leaderboard, and then checks it. That's a great solution, Nidak. If you don't mind DMing me it, I'll take care of it when I get back from lunch. But I'm gonna go. Appreciate you, Edok. You're the man. We go pick up these egg bagels. Sweet. I appreciate people hanging out, and thanks for being with me while I grind a little bit. Getting out of the game, and catch you all later. I'm just gonna end stream, so